we look at gangs like this, it's like a coward move to us. But a gang, it takes 15 people to get in 2 cars and do a drive-by and kill 1 person. In New Orleans, I just saw 1 person kill 15 people.
Definition of the living dead. Got a dead bitch living here. Two flowers growing on my bed. Brush some blood.
Hello, welcome back to my What If. So this is Hunter X Hunter What If. Sorry for being gone for such a long time. Family issues. Sorry. So yes, this is What If Gon was a prodigy, and not just a prodigy, but an Uchiha. Well, had the sharingan. So let's get to this. So let's say we're starting off with Gon meeting the fox bear, I think. Yeah, the fox bear mother. And this is when Kite would come to save him, but Kite would notice something in Gon's eyes. It wasn't normal. It was red, blood red at that, with black pigments in it. I think that's how you say it. Kite would see this and would ask Gon about it. Gon wouldn't know, but Kite would believe him. Kite would then go to kill the fox bear cub, and this is when Gon would protect the fox bear's cub. Gon would say, "No, you can't kill it. It's scared. He's scared. He's all alone. He doesn't have his mom." This is when Kite would bring down his sword in a swift motion, and this is when Gon would awaken his Tutaway in both eyes. But Kite would put the katana in his sleeve and say, "Fine." He would say, "Fine." This is when Gon would say, can you train me? I would like to become a hunter to find my father." And this is when Kite would say, "Well, who's your father?" He's like, "If you don't mind me asking, who's your father?" "Well, he's Gene Freaks." And this is when Kite would recognize Gon and say, "Gon, that's you." And no way, he wouldn't recognize him because he wouldn't even know. He would say, "So you're Gene's son. Well then, I'll train you for let's see, he's 3 years, and then I'll go back to look for your dad." Gon would be happy about to say, "Okay." So Gon would start learning the basics of Nen and masters Nen. Well, not masters, but he starts to master Nen. This is when Kite would say, not master, but he would be really good at Nen. And Zetsu, no, not Zetsu because that's special, but alright. And then this is when Kite would do the water divination test or divination, and this is when Gon would put his hands on there. And let's say okay, it would start to go. A lot would happen. So he's a specialist. He's a specialist. I don't know how you see anybody's a specialist, but let's just say Gon's special. Kai would be surprised and say, "So, let's what's his Hatsu?" And so I'll tell you right now, Gon's Hatsu is to copy different abilities. It would be different from Krollo's, like way different. So it would basically work like, you know how Naruto works? Well, Gon will have to do hand signs. No. Gon will just have to manipulate and do whatever he has with his Nen. So with that, Gon would copy Kite's ability on accident, not knowing. And Gon would still make Jajankin. And he would make rock and paper scissors. He would master it. The cooldown, the wind up would be much faster. And yeah, this is when Gon would think about And this is when Gon will see that the hunter exams is starting this year. No, this is when Kai would tell Gon that he seems to have mastered Nen in multiple categories. He should go to the hunter exam. This is when Gon will say, "Yeah, I think I will." So Kai will leave and Gon will wait a little bit and go tell Mito and Mito. He'll be like, "And Mito, I'm going to take the hunter exams." And Mito would say, "What, Gon?" She'll start telling Gon no. She would cry. She'll start no. She'll tell Gon no, and then everything would happen once he leaves. Everything would still happen. So no, we'll have a time skip. So he leaves to the boulder, and Amito's crying. Once he gets onto the boat, he picks out two people that are different from the whole crew. These people, one of them has cat-like eyes, and the other one is carrying a briefcase. Gon would come to know them as Kurapika and Leorio. Gon will go to introduce. No, Gon will sit down and. No, Gon will run out there. And let's say they get like halfway into the place, and when the storm starts, Gon would smell something. Gon would tell the captain, this a storm's coming, and a big one at that. This is when the captain would be like, this kid looks familiar. And he would say, he resembles Jean. Could this be Jean's son? He says, "Captain, you have to believe me on this one." The crew would start laughing and say, "Ha, how do you know just by smell?" He says, "Y'all could choose to trust me or not. It's all up to you, Captain. This is your boat after all." And he would believe Gon, and he would he'll tell everybody to brace themselves. In 10 to 5 minutes, a big storm would come. This is when Gon and the crew would get seasick, except for three people, Gon, Kurapika, and Leorio. I'm not gonna waste your time, and let's just say we skip to where the hunter exam begins. This is when Gon would have a great bond with Leorio and Kurapika. And right now, Gon just wants power. Well, he's not power hungry, like really power hungry, but he wants power. This is when he would start. This is when a short man would walk up to him. Gon would say, "Who are you?" And he would introduce himself. "My name is Tompa." This is when everything goes to cannon. Let's say instead of Killua winning the race, it's Gon. So once they get up to the top, the monkey-faced ape will still try to trick them. And they start running until we get to a certain point where Leorio and Kurapika meet Hisoka. Hisoka tests Leorio by punching him, and Hisoka goes a step far, seeing how he thinks Leorio is useless. He will start to choke Leorio, going for the kill. And this is when Gon would show up so fast. Masking his Nen, so Hisoka wouldn't tell which way he was coming. This is when Gon would conjure a sword and slice upward, cutting off Hisoka's arm. Going for a horizontal slash, Gon will only scathe Hisoka. Hisoka will use bungee gum to reattach his arm. This is when he would say, Nen, a conjurer. And this is when Hisoka would say, "Nice, I'm starting to get the feel for this." This is when Hisoka would use bungee gum. This is when Gon would use Jujunkin and he would use scissors. He says, Gon would say, "I have to make him use." Gon would then say to himself, "I have to make him use bungee. No, not bungee gum. I can't just say that. He doesn't. I have to make him use his Nen ability so I can copy it." Gon's eyes would then activate. Oh no. So okay. Alright, wait. Cut all of that out. Gon would activate his 3 tomorrow, seeing that Leorio is on his last breath. This is when Gon would start seeing times on him. This is when Gon would slice upward, cutting off his arm, and he would reattach it, blah blah blah. This is when Hisoka would go for a punch on Gon. Gon would swiftly evade and upward slash Hisoka's arm. Hisoka's arm would fall off, but then Hisoka would reattach it again with bunging him. This would start to make Gon mad. Gon would then use Gil. He would have it all times now on the fight. Oh no, his Sharingan works as Gil. So now that Gon has his Sharingan, he has every category mastered. Basically like Kurapika. Gon would get punched in the face, seeing how Leorio tried to go for another hit, but Gon was trying to stop Leorio. So Hisoka would take the time to punch Gon right in the face. Gon would fly back and hit a tree and cough up some spit, since he's an enhancer and he can make his physical body. This is when Hisoka would kick Leorio away, and this would make Gon mad. Gon would rush towards Hisoka with even more speed. Hisoka would start to take him a little serious, dodging and weaving Gon's hits. Gon would then swipe kick his legs. Hisoka would turn upside down, and Hisoka would get aroused because Hisoka's a freak. So while Hisoka does this, Gon would take his time. Hisoka would shoot a bit of killer intent towards Gon. This one Gon would freeze up, and his internal his Mangekyo would activate. I know I'm giving him a little too much, like too fast, but just I understand. But there's way stronger people. This is when Gon would then see Gon will start at 3 to morning. This is when Gon would then see him use bungee gum on a rock. It would go flying towards This is when Gon would then what's it called? I think Gon got like this is when Gon would then grab Gon would rush towards Leorio, grabbing him and running away. Kurapika would see this and run with Gon. Gon would pick up on Killua's scent and start running towards it. This is when Hisoka would get the notice from Illumi to come. This is when he will go. This is when he'll go he'll go to the exam. So Gon would get there and he would see Hisoka, and Hisoka would be smiling and waving at him. Gon would put Leorio down, and Kurapika would say, "What happened back there?" He says nothing but a friendly spar. This one Kido would say, "Wow, I didn't think you were gonna make it, Gon." He's like, "Yeah, you bet I did. Yeah, you bet yourself I did. You bet your ass I did." Well, he didn't say you bet your ass. He said, "Yep, I made it." And he was like, "Well, it's time for the..." Oh, and then the proctor would say, "Well, it's time for the 3rd exam. No, the 2nd phase." Yeah, wait, that's the 2nd phase, right? Yeah, that's the 2nd phase. And then once the 2nd phase begins, it would be gourmet hunters. Everything will still happen. I'm not gonna really tell you, like, go through with it. Everything still happens until we get to the... Okay, wait. No, wait, okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so, yeah. They'll be on the ship, and Killua would tell... Let's say everything... Yeah, Killua would tell Gon that his parents are assassins, and Gon would say, "Wow, that's really awesome, actually." And he would say, "Well, wait, you believe me?" He's like, "Yeah, I have no choice to believe you." And this is when Killua would say, "Well, it's not often that everybody believes me. They just chuck it up to me being sarcastic or lying." And so this is when Netero would shoot killing intent through one of the way the hallway, and would go to the 2nd hallway. But this is when Gon would already moved his head to the 2nd hallway, and he would Gon would move his head and he would see Netero like running in a. He could see Netero, but it's like basically kind of like he can see kind of after images of Netero, and Netero would be over there at the other side. Gon would already aimed his eyes towards. Gon already has his eyes like activated all the time. This is when Netero would see that Gon is looking his way. Or he says, "So old man, why did you shoot killing intent and go that way? You're not sly. I saw you. Well, I saw your after images." He'll be like, so you saw my after images. He was like, what do you mean? I never was that way. So he would tell them about the ball thing, and they would go and play. So in this, it would be so much different. And so the ball test would be more like So Killua, let's start the ball thing. So Killua would start to use rhythm echo, and Gon would start to stand up and start to do the same thing Killua does. Killua would be surprised, and Gon would say, "Any attack you do, I'll parry with my Killua. Will attack and sink, even if you don't know how to. I'll do it." Killua would say, "Okay." You'll be like, alright. And then they'll start to what's called walk. And this is when the twice the amount of the Gon and Killua. This is when they attack, and Netero is surprised that Gon is already so close to him, and Killua would be surprised too, but doesn't have time to think. And would go to kick the old man's leg, and would hurt his leg. This is when Gon would enhance his hand, punching him in the gut. This is when Netero would go flying, hitting the wall, and Gon was just about, and Killua would jump for the ball. But this is when Netero would use his all half of his power, and move so fast Gon couldn't even see. So Gon would be so excited his Mangekyo. No, this would excite Gon quite a bit. This is when Gon and Killua would start to go more serious. Gon would activate one of his Nen abilities. No, he wouldn't activate it because he's trying to kill him now. Like, what the hell? He would then amp his speed up a little bit and conjure some chains. He would then wrap the chain. Use Een, or is it N? No, it's Een. I think. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he would use Een to hide the chains, and he would start wrapping them around the old man. These would be Nen chains. And he would start wrapping them around the old man. And they would hit him once, and he would go flying. This when Gon would yank the chains, and then it would settle the fight, wrapping him up in chains and holding him down. This when Netero would be so surprised seeing that these kids actually caught him in a trap. This is when Gon would snatch the ball, and Killua would be amazed, saying, "Wait, old man, why aren't you trying to grab it anymore?" He's like, "Oh, Killua doesn't know Nen." "Oh, well, I guess Gon does then." He said, "Oh, well, I guess it's all my mighty strength. That's why he was scared." Gon would say, "Ha ha ha, you little liar." And he would then give them their hunter badges. And this is when Gon would get excited, thinking to himself, one more step closer to my to meeting my dad. This is when they would say, "Gon, what happened to your eyes?" He's like, "What do you mean?" Gon would feel a burning sensation and would awaken the Mangekyo. This is when Gon would then say, "Ah, my eyes." Gon would say, "Hey, Killua, why don't we head back to your place?" And Killua would say, well, he'll let them off the ship. Once they arrive, Gon and Killua would tell, what's his name? He would tell Leorio and Kurapika. they would be surprised and say, well, alright, well, meet me at Northview City if you ever want to meet up one day. And they're like, alright. So they leave. No, they leave and they end up leaving and what's it called? This one go and ask the question. He's like, hey, Killua, why don't we end up going to your place? And he's like, well, you see, I don't think that's a good idea. He's like, shut up, Killua, let's go. And Killua was like, alright, I guess. Even though Killua would, in the anime, probably insist no. But he just forfeited to Killua and to go. Let's say, Gon used a Genjutsu basically to make him, no. Let's just say, yeah, he just kind of forced him and begged him. So they would go, and this is when, Killua would say, well, this is it, Gon. And Gon will see the doors. This is when, the janitor in the front would say, oh, hey, Killua. And he would say, oh, hey, what's up? He was like, oh, who's that? He's like, well, it's my friend. He's like, your friend? He's like, well, I'm happy for you, Master Killua. He's like, thank you. He'd be like, alright. He'd be like, well, go and let me open the doors. He's like, wait, what are the doors? Well, each one holds 2 tons. And Gon's like, how many can you open? He's like, well, I can only open, I think, when he was mad, he could open like 4 or 3, right? He's like, well, at the most, I can only open 3. Or if I'm really at my peak, I can open 4. He's like, oh, really? And Gold would use his basic strength. No. Gold would use his net and hit it open. And he would say, oh, it seems like you're pretty weak, Killua. And Killua would be like, ha ha ha, you really know how to piss me off. And they would both kind of laugh. And this is when the janitor and the other janitor, I don't know his name, guys. I'm sorry, I don't know his name. Both of the janitors would be surprised. And this is when they would start walking up to the butler's headquarters. And they'll be like, well, I can't wait to see your family, Killua. And this is when his mother and, what, is it his sister? No, isn't he a boy? Killua's mother and his, oh, fuck. I should have learned their names. His brother, would be spying on them. And this is when they would see Gon, and Gon would start laughing and saying, wait. And Gon would turn to their direction and say, hey, why y'all spying on us? This is when they would be shocked and disappear before Killua could say, what? Where? Who? He said, there's just people there, but I think it's just the butlers or something. Killua probably knowing that it's his, Killua knowing that it's his family would say, oh yeah, that was probably my mother and brother. My brother's just her lapdog, basically, always following her around. And they would walk past the girl, but then she would go to hit Gon and say, sorry, but you are not permitted to pass. Killua would say, what do you think you're doing? But Gon would dodge this and say, hey, that's not really nice. That's not that nice, don't you think? And she would be like, I'm sorry, but you are not allowed to pass. I'm sorry, Master Killua. And then Killua would say, well, I permit him to pass. They both walk past, and she really can't do nothing because, he's Killua. About to be the head of the Zoldyck. This is when they would go past the butlers and go into the Zoldyck estate. Go into the Zoldyck's house, place. And this is when Killua will say, well, this is my place. This is my home. And Gon will say, whoa, it's cool. And let's say Zeno, Killua's grandpa, would come up to greet Killua and would say, who is this, Killua? You have invited a guest? He's like, oh, it's my friend, Uncle Zeno. No, Uncle. I'm so fucking dead. Gramps. And he'll be like, your friend? He'll be like, well, can I test them? And he'll be like, I guess, but it'll be a tough time. Killua, knowing that Gon tell him about his eyes, that he can basically predict movements and predict time. And this one Gon would actually think, no, this one Killua would think Gon has a good chance, but he won't be able to beat him. This is when Gon will say, if you may you please go all out and use your Nen abilities. He'll be like, my Nen? Why would I use a Nen on a kid? Some of my Nen ability. Because I'll use Nen on you too. And he will say, Junkin. And he will say, scissors. Oh no, he'll do rock. And for this, it stays in both of his fists with some leftover aura still protecting him. There's a lot of aura basically still protecting him. And this one, he would be surprised seeing how a kid has so much Nen or aura. And he'll be like, alright, I guess I might have to go a little out. This is when Zeno would use his dragon. Gon would dodge it swiftly. And this is when Gon eye would start to bleed. And he would copy the ability. And he would do it to purple dragon's head. And this is when Killua and Zeno would be surprised. The same move would come out, and Zeno would dodge this and use he would use a less Nen of Golden Dive, and Gon would see this and copy this, and Gon would expand his end to dodge all of it. Gon would dodge all of this swiftly and evade oh my god, and good, and swiftly, and let's say, I don't know, just swiftly. And with this, Gon would appear next to Zeno, and he would try to go for the neck chop, but Zeno would then throw Gon to the wall, making a big commotion. This is when Illumi would see his father walking towards the training ground. Let's say it's like inside. And this is when Gon would then use this is when Gon's Nen would cut the whole wall off. And this is when Zeno would say, if I got hit by that, I would have been dead. He's definitely trying to go all out. He says, well, I'll honor this kid and do one of my strongest moves. Let's say that was Golden Dive. But Zeno would say that was one of my strongest moves, and he just dodged it. And so Killua would say he pushed Grandpa to use his Nen and his Golden Drive. That's crazy. It's impossible. How? This is when Gon would then go. Gon would use Rhythm Echo. And this is when Zeno would be like, "Oh, how? You mastered it completely? When did you learn this?" He'll say, when me and Killua were taking the Hunter exams. I saw it and it was pretty easy to pick up. This is when Zeno would want to make Gon a Zoldyck. And Gon would say, okay, I'll be a Zoldyck. But he will still be known as Gon Franks or Freaks. And he would say, well, let's not let this battle end now. It's starting to become fun, Zeno would say. Zeno would appear behind Gon. Gon would roundhouse kick Zeno, but Zeno would block this and grab Gon's leg, throwing him towards the wall again. Gon would then enhance his body and stop himself from hitting the wall. Gon would then make a new Nen ability. And this would be only with the sword. This ability would be called I'm taking this from another anime, Sun and Moon style combination. No, Sun and Moon breeding combination. This is when Zeno would come fast towards Gon. Gon would use uh, sun breeding, scorching sun, cutting Zeno, slicing Zeno diagonally. Zeno would like move away so this cut wouldn't be deepened, but it was still a gash. This is when Kilo's father would walk in, and Kilo's father would almost charge at Gon, but Zeno would then say no. What is his name? He would say no. I want to spar with this kid. I'm clearly making him a Zoldyck. He'd be like, but father, why? Do you really see potential in this kid? He's like, what? Look what the kid's done already, and he sees a big gash on his father's in his father's stomach. This is when Illumi would arrive and throw and say what's happening here, and he'll say he'll say Zeno. He'd be like Grandpa, what happened? It says when he would see Gon and he would get on the attack. But this is when Zeno will say, you too, boy. You shall not fight or harm this kid. I made him a Zoldyck. And he's like, this is when Zeno would fall down for the amount of blood he lost. And this is when they would rush over. Gon would use his specialty. And he would start to heal the old man. He would start to heal Zeno. And this is what I'm going to leave it off, because this is where I ran out of thinking ideas. And I'll think of more ideas as soon as I can, guys. And I'll be doing a what if soon, like maybe at 7. Yeah, 7 I'll do a what if. So yeah, like and subscribe, and please comment down below please tell me what if you want. I've been getting great ideas, but then I feel like y'all wouldn't like them. So yeah, please tell me what if you like.